Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of The Jason Show. I should start off by saying Merry Christmas Eve Day. I'm Jason Matheson, and of course, you know all of these people. Please join our special stars today, our Christmas stars, our North Stars. Please welcome Kendall, Jeff, and Santa's favorite elf, producer Ted. Good morning, elves.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ted would be the favorite, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He is. I mean, I did get notification right before we started from Santa that Ted is, in fact, Santa's favorite.
He didn't even try. Look at his background. Literally, it's nothing.
Oh, okay, Kendall, this is our Christmas Eve show.
You have to be nice to me.
You have to be nice. Kendall, people are watching this right now on Christmas Eve Day, surrounded by family and presents. We have to wait for shade until at least 10:45. Kendall, would you like to say something nice in the Christmas spirit to Ted?
Ted, your bobblehead looks cool.
Thank you.
Ted, I think Ted tried because if I'm looking at it correctly, what Ted has put in his background is a Hallmark Christmas movie page. Am I right on that, Ted?
Yeah, you are correct. And we've got Fran Drescher in a Lifetime movie over here.
Kendall, are you feeling bad now?
No, not at all. Not one bit.
Okay. I got to say, we've all kind of turned it out. I'm not quite sure what's happening on Jeff's screen, but what is that, Jeff?
It's my Christmas tree. What do you think it is?
Brought a Christmas tree.
That's a Christmas tree? It
Yeah,
looks like you look like you have it keyed in. Like it's,
That's what I said earlier.
Yes. That's
no, it
real.
moves, look. Well, it's not real, but it's a real thing.
Oh my, okay, I totally thought, and I think the viewers are going to be with us. I thought you were on green screen and that tree was kind of special effected in.
Half zoom background.
Yes.
I'm
And
all
Kendall,
about the Christmas spirit.
well, obviously I am too. We're here in my main room, and then look at Santa's favorite helpers right there. It's those are my helpers. Dexter, you're on television. Okay, watch this.
I like how they ignore you.
Oh, now look at Big. Look at Big. Big saw Jeff's tree too. Big. Do you like Jeff's tree? Yeah. Anyway, well, we're going to have a lot of fun today. As you can tell, it's all about family for all of you watching, and of course for us today. So throughout the show today, we're going to be kind of going back in time, thinking about some of our greatest Christmas and holiday memories. And that's actually where we're going to start. And ladies and sassy first, Kendall, I wanted to ask you, when you think of, because I think we all kind of nodded when we were coming up with this idea. When you think of your favorite Christmas holiday season memory, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
You doing okay over there?
Other than Ted's camera. Ted, you literally flipped upside down. You're gonna make people watching on Christmas Eve Day sick.
I got kicked out of this, and all I was hearing about was like Dexter, and then it was like Dexter, and then the phone crapped out.
Kendall, see now I have to apologize to you. I'm sorry that Ted was flipping around at the beginning of your heartwarming Christmas story.
Yeah, that's the problem with Ted. He does this to me.
Yes.
No, thank you for asking. I think everyone had different Christmases. Ted, honestly, like I'm trying to have a very sentimental moment.
I just got a phone call. What?
Ted, did you pay your phone bill and your internet bill this month?
I don't know.
Can we all take up? I think I have my wallet over there, Ted. Should I call Xfinity real quick before we continue with our special Christmas show?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Hallmark. After all those bad reviews, they're coming after him.
Ted, Hallmark is infiltrating your internet. Okay, Kendall, so. Take 3. Hey, Kendall, tell us your favorite Christmas story.
Ted? Okay, we're good.
I'm listening.
We spent a lot of Christmases at home. We kind of had a tradition of Christmas Eve. We would watch a Christmas movie in the morning. We'd go sledding if there was snow with my dad when my mom got dinner and everything ready. And then we always went to the 3 or 5 o'clock church service, and we usually sang. My dad sings, and my sister plays piano. So it was like the Von-Trapp family. But it's true, we would every year. And then we'd drive around and look at Christmas lights. We'd go home, open presents, have dinner. And then in the morning, Santa would come, and then we would go to my grandma's house and see all my cousins. And it was kind of the same thing every year, but that's the way that I think that we liked it with Christmas, right? So
Yeah.
we don't get to see the whole family as much anymore. It's very rare now that we're all older. But the Christmas Eve tradition, when we can, lives on.
May I ask a follow-up question?
Yes, Jason.
Now, because we know that you're a performer, you're an opera singer, a gymnast, you play various instruments. Did you perform, did you play any of the animals in the manger or not in the manger, but around the manger? Did you? Well, I do know the story, but I'm worried about. I'm worried about Ted's internet. All I'm thinking about. I'm concerned. I'm a little distracted by Ted's internet problems, but did you perform in any of these?
I was in the Nutcracker when I was little.
Of course you were.
So I actually have a Nutcracker that my mom gave me when I was a mouse in the Nutcracker performance. But at the church one, I was, so we would draw names for who could be the different characters. Twice, I was completely left out because there weren't enough costumes for all the angels, and I was the only kid who didn't get to do it. So then I got to be the Virgin Mary. Big deal. I got lined up with this kid who, bless his heart, Jason, no jokes, who used to pick his nose and eat his boogers. So there's an entire video of me as the Blessed Mother, like this. Because I was so mad. I was supposedly going to marry him in the Christmas play.
Okay, I didn't ask about arranged marriages. I asked if you played in a play on Christmas. I didn't ask about your family's arranged marriage situation.
No, it was the church play. And so I was also Santa Lucia, so I sang a song and we handed out the lutefisk and I had the candlesticks in my hair. Jeff knows all about the Swedish traditions. It's our people.
Ted, now you know why I asked her. I knew there was a question. I knew there was a story. I, however, didn't know it would lead to arranged marriages. But I mean,
Jesus and Mary and the Joseph, and it's just a whole manger scene. It's a thing in the Bible. I don't know.
According to Love Actually, there was a lobster in the manger scene, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Yeah. So Love Actually reference if you've watched that movie. Okay. We'll do an age. So Ted, you're the next youngest. When you think of Christmas, do you have a great family memory that doesn't include arranged marriages?
No, but so Christmas is always a busy time at my house because, fun fact, my mom and my dad, both United Methodist ministers. So Christmas Eve, very busy, that's the Super Bowl. So I was basically at home being like, hello, are we going to eat sometime? And so we'd go to church and do all the church things and all the church things again and all the church things again. And then probably eat Chinese food. And then we wake up and not go to church. So that was fun.
Well, there we go. I love how you refer to it as the Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl.
And Easter. You get a lot of people in the pews.
As you can tell, Mr. Big is loving these stories. He's enthralled with right, Biggie? Are you enjoying our holiday show so far?
Who would Big be in the manger scene?
Kendall, you obviously know. Yeah, Kendall, you obviously know the story better than I do. Who should Biggie play?
He's obviously the angel Gabriel watching over all of us.
Yeah. Is there an angel
one of the 3 wise men?
He's not there. He didn't show up at the manger scene. Weren't your parents pastors? Lord.
Hey, I hate to remind everybody, but this is supposed to be a heartwarming Christmas episode of our show. Jeff, right? I mean, that's how you visualize this. It's supposed to be heartwarming.
Well,
Yeah.
You know, this
You
is
know.
turning into a before the show where we get a little sassy sometimes.
Hey, there are all types of holiday specials. Okay,
True.
Jeff, how much longer do we have? Do we have time to tell?
About 2 more minutes for right
Okay.
now.
I will. Ted, I do have a question. Then that this is perfect. What was the day you looked most forward? Because the reason I ask, and I think we all have in my family, and you'll find out later, it was all about Christmas Day. That was kind of it. Then when I married into Colin's family, they go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for Christmas Eve today, as you're watching this. For you, for whatever reason, what day did you prefer for whatever reason?
Oh, Christmas Day, because you just like hang out and open presents and open whatever Santa got you in the stocking. But Christmas Eve was just chaotic, so that was just a lost day.
Kendall,
in a great way. In a great way.
Yeah, Kendall, for you.
Christmas Eve was definitely still is my favorite.
And Jeff, I know we're going to hear your story a little bit later, but you?
We were an Eve family. Like Eve was our core family, my parents and my brother, and then extended family was on the day.
Oh, fascinating. Maybe it's an Indiana thing, but yeah, Christmas Day was the thing. And Ted just brought up another thing. Stockings were not a big deal in my family. My mother always put the pack of Lifesavers. Jeff, this is an age thing. You'll remember these. The package of life. Oh, really? That's shaped like chimneys or like a hearth.
Yeah.
My mother would always put those in there and some socks. So I never looked forward to stockings. They were never a big deal to me. But stockings were, Ted, you liked your stockings?
Oh yeah, I still get stockings.
My mom made all of our stockings for my family.
Aww.
It was crafty.
Kendall, were you a big stocking kind of girl?
Santa gave us nail polish, oranges, pop, magazines. Santa hooked it up. Oh, gift cards, gas station.
Fruit?
Where did your Santa go? Super America?
Red Wing.
You just listed off everything you can get at a convenience store. I got the Slim Jims. I got a Slurpee. I got that pump cheese. I got the pump cheese that goes on nachos.
You went to the Quick Trip every year.
Okay, we got to go. Okay, stay right there because the Christmas memories are continuing with the Jason Show staff family Christmas extravaganza. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back to the Jason Show staff family Christmas Eve extravaganza. I'm Jace with Ted. Oh wait, no, Ted left again.
He's back. No, he's gone.
He's gone.
Oh my word.
Like any family gathering, we're having difficulties. Ted will join us maybe in a little bit, but all kidding aside, we are so thrilled to be here with all of you, your family, as you're sitting around your living room, sharing the kind of Christmas spirit, holiday spirit, and we're telling Christmas stories. Ted, are you there?
I am here. I switched devices. I am now on my computer.
Okay.
Well, without further ado, Ted and Kendall just shared their favorite holiday memories. Jeff, when you think of executive producer Jeff, when you think of Christmas, the holidays, etc., what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
So starting on Christmas Eve, my parents would make the same thing for themselves every year. And my brother and I were so grossed out by it that we would never eat it. So they made oyster stew, which, yeah, it was, my mom and dad loved it. And my brother and I would just look at it in the pan and be like, nope. So then we would get Campbell's chicken noodle soup every single Christmas Eve.
Wait, may I ask? I don't want to get Ted sick, but may I ask a follow-up about the stew?
Yeah. I've never eaten
it. Well, I know, but no, you'll be able to. Was it cream based or like a brown?
No, it was cream. So it was like creamy and buttery, and it had oysters that's floating in it.
I think that sounds good.
No.
We're losing Ted. We're losing Ted.
I think my internet's cutting out.
And I eat weird food, admittedly.
Yeah.
So, but then my favorite memory is one year I found the presents up in the attic. So my brother and I had bedrooms upstairs. There was an attic in between us. And I was just going in there to like look around, snoop. and I found our gifts. Like, my parents, Santa brings some and then your parents give you some.
Yeah.
So I found them and I opened it really carefully with like a razor blade, and I got a Nerf ping pong set, which that was like ultimate gift in the 80s.
Huge. Yeah.
So I took it out, I played with it, and then I found the Scotch tape and I retaped it and closed it after I was done playing with it. And then Christmas Eve I opened and I was like, oh my God, Nerf ping pong.
Did they know?
They didn't know until I told them.
Oh, look at this. I'm so surprised. It's a Nerf ping pong set. Wow.
It was great.
I love that you had the wherewithal to find razor blades when you were a kid. Ted, were you thinking the same thing?
Yep. Very impressive.
Yeah.
I could never have done that. My mom always convinced me that she would know that I had found it. And the one year that I accidentally found something, I did fake it. And she was like, you knew. She was so bad.
Well, and I had a double whammy against me because, obviously Santa would wrap certain presents in the North Pole. And then, like all of you parents watching, you sometimes help Santa. My mother, I could never get away with that, Jeff, because my mom worked in the customer service department of Carson Peary Scott. And in those departments, like at Von Maur now, they do the gift wrapping. And my mother was an expert. And I mean, to this day, she can wrap a present and it looks, well, it is professional. It looks like it was done by a professional gift wrapper. So I could never recreate what she did. So I knew better. And then she threatened me too. But yeah. I mean, to this day, if you want a good present wrap, not that she's doing it anymore, but go to Dar. She'll wrap the presents.
Did that rub off on you? You don't come off as a good present wrapper.
Why?
Wow.
No, that's not shade. I just knowing you just seem like you'd rather not.
Hey, Biggie, did you hear that? Did you hear that, Biggie? Jeff's throwing shade at Daddy.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest.
I rap fairly well, yeah. I mean, I didn't rap, you're getting ready to see in a few minutes. I did not rap all of this stuff. No. That's done by Colin Matheson.
You don't have any presents under your tree. What's been going on there?
Ooh.
There's the shade.
Oh. Well, Jeff, again, some people are naughty and some people are nice. I guess this tells you everything you need to know. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the reason I'm naughty is I've gone too many times into the room behind the tree is where we keep the wine. Maybe that's why there is. That's right, Biggie. Hey, Biggie. It takes him a few minutes to get started, everybody. It does. No. I know. I did realize that is a hiccup in the giddy up of my decorating is we don't have any even fake presents underneath our, and this, by the way, I should tell you, we're all at our houses. Yeah, I don't have any presents there. We don't really exchange gifts though. So
yeah, I don't like that when people get older and they no longer exchange. I like at least something, right?
We do a little thing, but yeah. Okay, we're going to have more. What? Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was just saying, as we get older, we just buy whatever we want. So there's nothing we need.
Yeah, like the wine in that room back there. Anyway, I'll have my favorite Christmas stories a little bit later in the show. But coming up next, speaking of that tree and, well, this house, I'm going to take you inside the war room of decorating this place with some helpful hints as well when we come back. Stay with us. And welcome back to the Jason Show family Christmas Eve day extravaganza. Back with the family, Jeff, Ted, and Kendall. We've been sharing our Christmas memories all morning long. You just saw decorating this place. We'll have more a little bit later. But as far as, when I think of Christmas, I have one Christmas in mind. And look, I've said all the time, my mom and Santa and my dad worked very hard. I was an only child, so I have no problem admitting that I was a little spoiled around Christmas time. There's photographic evidence to support that. But there's one Christmas that always sticks in my mind, and that is we lived in a ranch house with a pretty typical ranch. So it had that hallway, where There was a bathroom on one side, and then my room, and then my parents' room, and then an extra bedroom. And it was a kind of a thin hallway, like most ranches built in the mid 70s. So I went to bed, and I'm sure I'm not alone. I never really fell asleep on Christmas Eve. I was so excited, and I would open the door a little bit to see if Santa, because I could see the kitchen down the hallway, and I would always put the plate of cookies in my line of vision right outside my door. So if I peeked out, I could see. I was smart. I could see if Santa had taken the cookies, and then I would go back in and go back to bed or whatever. Well, one year, and now keep in mind, this was a year that for many years, I loved He-Man. That was my favorite toy. Obsessed with He-Man. Well, I fell asleep. I didn't want to fall asleep, but I fell asleep, and I woke up, and I'm like, oh, and I look at my little kid alarm clock, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like 3 hours have passed. So I know Santa's been here. And this is it was still dark. So probably like 5 or 6 a.m. I open up my bedroom door, and it was the most magical thing because Santa had stacked all of the presents right at my bedroom door. So when I opened the door, the presents fell in and like filled the hallway. And I'm like, oh my, it was the most magical to this day. I still think about it. Like some presents fell in, and then I walk in and I look down the hallway, and half of the hallway was filled with presents. And again, now let me be very clear. This isn't the Carrington Mansion. It was a 70s ranch. It was a very thin hallway, very narrow hallway, but still. And I'm I'm going through that like a Tasmanian devil. I'm like ripping the presents open. And that was the year I got Snake Mountain from He-Man, which was one of the big, do you remember Snake Mountain, Jeff?
I never had He-Man.
Oh, sorry. Ooh. Am I bringing up painful childhood memories, or?
I always got educational things and some fun stuff.
Oh.
Wow.
My parents were teachers. They were teachers.
Yeah, my parents didn't care about education on December 25th. Santa was like, okay, we can let him, I did get a robot one year that was educational called 2XL. Jeff, do you remember 2XL? Oh,
I had a robot that steam came out of its head. Do you remember that? And it smelled like gasoline.
I don't know if that was a real toy, Jeff. I think your parents.
No, it was the 80s. Nothing was off limits.
Wait a minute. But there was no robot that smelled like gasoline and had steam coming out of its head.
Steam came out of its head. Phil Jones will find it and post it. Watch.
Do you remember its name?
No, it was silver.
Oh,
I'm gonna
know. Because I just don't remember a toy smelling. Ted, did you have any toys when you were a kid that smelled like gasoline?
I think we got a train once that had smoke that popped out of it.
Look at Jeff. That's not vindication. Jeff, that's not vindication. That's a train.
Ted knows.
Wait, Ted, what's your name on your computer?
Say loves Ted.
I don't know if it'll be cut out in editing. I don't know if the editors are going to cut this out. But if you look down below Ted's name, it says, like all of our names are here, it says USA loves Ted. Well, Kendall, to be fair, it is in his open.
Yeah. It is in his open.
The open that Ted created.
Hey. But no, it was just the best. I mean, just single-handedly the best. And there were other ones, but that was just magical. Magical.
Wasn't another part of that story is that one of your cousins didn't get that toy and you did, right?
This is a heartwarming special, Jeff. This isn't supposed. Yeah, I'll quickly tell. What Jeff's referring to is I again, know thyself. I was the oldest grandchild on my dad's side and the youngest on my mom's side. So yes, I got a lot of attention. On my dad's side, my great grandmother, I was lucky enough. I was with her for until I was about 10. She passed away at 10. She loved me because my mother was her favorite wife of her grandchildren. Adored my mother, so it transferred to me. the sun rose and set on me. She did not like my Aunt Debbie, hated her. So therefore, that feeling transferred to Debbie's son, unfortunately, my cousin Randy, who I now, like Randy and I love him. He has a great tattoo parlor in Louisville. Anyway, so Christmas Eve comes, because we did Christmas Eve, my dad's family. And my dad's delivering the presents. I'll wrap this up. And like 7 presents land in my area and 2 land in Randy's. And Randy opened his, and it was Dukes of Hazzard underoos from my great grandma. Her name was Tildy. And Tildy bought me like the Smurfs, the Smurf Village. An old man dressed up like Papa Smurf came in. I mean, she spared no expense. And poor Randy, all he got was Dukes of Hazzard underwear. And my mother was mortified to this day. But, you know, when you're like 92, you don't care. I mean, you just don't care anymore. So, but Randy's great. Okay, we got to take a break. More Christmas memories, more Christmas fun. We have the Shannon and Aaron coming up.